Welcome to the most important conversation you will have this year regarding your career, your bank account, and your future. If you are a university student about to graduate, a young entrepreneur trying to find your footing, or a modern worker feeling stuck in the middle management trap, listen closely because the rules of the world have changed. The old script told you to get a degree, find a stable company, and wait 30 years for a pension. That script is now fiction. We are living in a skill-based economy where the market does not care about your intentions. It only cares about the value you can provide. Your income is directly proportional to the magnitude of the problems you solve and the rarity of the skills you possess. If you find yourself struggling to get a promotion, failing to launch a side hustle, or feeling invisible in job interviews, it isn't because you aren't working hard enough. It's because you are lacking high-income leverage. Today, we are breaking down the 15 high-income skills you must master before you take any job or start any business. These are the pillars of the new elite. 1. Sales. This is the first and most foundational skill because without sales, there is no oxygen in the room. Sales is not just about selling a product. It is the fundamental ability to sell ideas effectively. If you cannot convince a team to follow your vision, a manager to give you a raise, or a customer to trust your brand, you will always be at the mercy of someone who can. High-income sales are about moving people from a state of uncertainty to a state of conviction. It is the art of human persuasion. Consider the real-life example of a young software engineer. He might have the best code in the world, but if he cannot sell the importance of a new feature to his project manager, that code stays in the folder. In contrast, the engineer who understands sales can frame that feature as a cost-saving measure, securing the resources he needs and the recognition he deserves. For the entrepreneur, sales is the only thing that separates a hobby from a business. If you master sales, you will never be hungry, because you will always know how to generate revenue out of thin air. 2. Marketing. This is the natural extension of sales. But while sales is a one-on-one conversation, marketing is sales at scale. Understanding how to reach and engage a target audience is the difference between being a best-kept secret and a household name. In the modern era, marketing is no longer about who has the biggest billboard. It is about who understands human psychology. Think about a local coffee shop owner. If she simply waits for people to walk in, she is at the mercy of foot traffic. But if she masters marketing, she creates a social media campaign targeting office workers within a 2-mile radius, offering a Monday morning energy discount. She has identified her audience, engaged them where they spend their time, and driven action. If you are a graduate entering the workforce, you are the product. How you market yourself on LinkedIn determines whether recruiters chase you or ignore you. If you can master the ability to drive attention, you become an indispensable asset to any organization. 3. Copywriting. This is the silent engine behind all modern commerce. It is the skill of writing persuasive text that drives people to take action. Every email you open, every ad you click, and every video script you hear is a product of copywriting. Most people write to inform. High-income earners write to convert. Let's look at a practical example. Compare 2 emails sent by a freelancer. The first says, "I'm a graphic designer and I am looking for work. Let me know if you need anything." That is information. The second says, "I noticed your website's landing page is using low-resolution images that might be slowing down your load time and costing you sales. I've attached a mock-up of how a crisp, optimized design could improve your user experience." That is copywriting. It identifies a pain point and offers a solution. Copywriting is one of the most portable side hustles in existence. If you can write words that make people click buy, you can charge for the results you generate, not just the hours you work. 4. Negotiation. The art of reaching favorable agreements and settlements without leaving money on the table. Most people lose thousands of dollars every year simply because they are afraid to ask, or they don't know how to ask. Consider the university graduate who receives her first job offer of $50,000. Most students say thank you and sign. However, the student skilled in negotiation knows how to say, "I'm very excited about this role, but based on my specialized research in AI tools and the market rate for this region, I was expecting a range closer to $58,000. Is there flexibility there?" That 5-minute conversation, if successful, adds $8,000 to her base pay, which then compounds with every future percentage raise. Negotiation is not a battle. It is a collaborative process of finding the intersection of interests. You must learn that the person who is most prepared and willing to walk away usually wins. 5. Public speaking. This is the greatest force multiplier of all communication skills. Confidently delivering information to an audience allows you to influence hundreds of people at once. When you stand on a stage or lead a large boardroom meeting, You are perceived as an authority. Imagine a junior manager in a corporate setting. While others are afraid to speak up, he volunteers to present the quarterly results. Because he speaks with clarity and confidence, the executives in the room no longer see him as a junior, they see him as a potential leader. Public speaking removes the invisible barrier. It is not about having a perfect voice. It is about having a clear message. If you can lead a room, you can lead a company. Start small by speaking up in meetings or joining local groups. The ability to command attention is a skill that pays dividends for a lifetime. 6. Closing. This is the specific surgical skill of finalizing a deal or securing a commitment. There are many people who are great at networking, but they are broke because they can not close the deal properly. Closing is the psychological bridge between interest and action. Think of a real estate agent showing a beautiful house. The client loves it, but they are hesitant. A talker says, "Okay, let me know what you think." A closer says, "It sounds like this home checks every box for your family's needs. If we submit the paperwork by 5 p.m. today, we can beat the weekend rush. Shall we head back to the office to finalize the offer?" Closing requires the ability to handle objections and ask for the commitment without hesitation. Whether you are closing a $500 side hustle deal or a $1 million contract, this is the skill that actually puts the digits in your bank account. 7. Business strategy making. This moves you from the how to the why. It is the high-level skill of planning and directing the long-term goals of an organization. Most employees are tactical. They do the task in front of them. Leaders are strategic. For example, look at an entrepreneur starting a clothing brand. A tactical person just tries to sell shirts. A strategic person realizes the market is saturated with shirts, so they decide to focus on sustainable, recycled fabrics for eco-conscious hikers. They have analyzed the market, identified a gap, and positioned their brand to win. Business strategy involves resource allocation, putting your time and money where they will have the highest ROI. If you want a promotion, stop thinking like a doer and start thinking like a strategist. Show your boss how your current project fits into the company's 5-year plan for expansion. 8. Leadership. The ability to guide, inspire, and manage teams toward a common objective. True leadership is not about a title. It is about influence. Consider a team lead during a high-stress project deadline. A weak leader blames the team for being slow. A true leader takes the blame, shields the team from external pressure, and says, "We have 48 hours. Here's the plan. Here's how I'm going to help you. And here's why this matters." This builds loyalty and extreme productivity. In the modern workplace, leadership is in high demand because we are shifting toward empowerment. If you can manage a team effectively, reduce turnover, and increase productivity through culture, you are worth your weight in gold. Before seeking a promotion, prove you can lead a project, lead a meeting, and lead yourself. 9. Problem solving. Being a problem solver is the most honest way to describe what a high-income career actually is. You are paid to solve problems. Let's look at a practical example in the tech world. A company's customer service line is overwhelmed. An average worker just tries to answer calls faster. A problem solver identifies that 70% of the calls are about the same 3 issues and proposes building an automated FAQ or an AI chatbot to handle them. They didn't just work harder, they solved a systemic problem. If you solve small problems, you get a small paycheck. If you solve complex issues that save a company millions, you get a large paycheck. Train your brain to stop saying, "I don't know," and start saying, "I'll figure it out." This figure it outness is the hallmark of every successful person. 10. Financial literacy. This is the skill that ensures you keep what you earn. Understanding how money works, investing, taxes, debt, and cash flow is non-negotiable. Think of 2 young professionals earning $100,000 a year. The first buys a brand new luxury car on a high-interest loan, a liability. The second invests that same monthly payment into a diversified index fund, an asset. 10 years later, the first person has a depreciated car in debt. The second has a growing nest egg that pays them dividends. For a business leader, financial literacy is the language of the company. If you cannot read a balance sheet, you are flying a plane without an altimeter. Before you seek a higher salary, make sure you have the systems in place to manage and grow the money you already have. 11. Digital skills. This involves proficiency in modern technology, coding, and AI tools. We are in a digital revolution. You don't need to be a computer scientist, but you must be tech fluent. For example, a modern marketing manager who knows how to use AI to generate 50 variations of an ad in 10 minutes is 10 times more valuable than a manager who does it manually. Using tools like no-code platforms to build apps or AI to automate data entry is the new standard. If you can use technology to do 8 hours of work in 2, you aren't just an employee, you are a force multiplier. These skills allow you to work smarter, providing the technical foundation for any side hustle. 12. Content creation, the new resume. Producing valuable media, video, text, or audio is how you build a global presence. Imagine a young accountant who starts a YouTube channel explaining tax laws for freelancers. By the time he applies for a senior role at a top firm, he doesn't just have a CV, he has a library of videos proving his expertise and an audience that trusts him. Content creation builds trust with people you haven't met yet. It is the cheapest and most effective way for an entrepreneur to build a brand. Move from being a consumer to a producer. Your voice is your unique competitive advantage in a world of copies. 13. Personal branding, the management of your public reputation. Whether you like it or not, you have a brand. When someone Googles your name, what do they see? Personal branding is about being intentional. Think of 2 freelance writers. One has a generic profile. The other is known as the fintech copywriter with a professional website and a clear niche. The second writer can charge 3 times more because their brand implies specialized authority. High-income earners treat their names like a corporation. They are consistent, professional, and known for something specific. Before you take a job, make sure it aligns with the brand you want to build for the next decade. 14. Strategic networking or building social capital. The skill of intentionally building a social web. Your network is your net worth, but it's not about handing out cards. It's about providing value. Let's say you want to connect with a high-level mentor in the real estate industry. Instead of asking for a coffee chat, which costs them time, you send them a brief, well-researched report on upcoming zoning changes in their area. You have provided value first. This is how you build a web of mentors and peers. High-income earners don't network when they need a job. They build relationships years in advance. This social capital gives you access to unlisted opportunities that never hit a job board. 15. Emotional intelligence, EQ, the glue that holds everything together. It is the ability to read the room and manage emotions. Imagine a high-stakes negotiation where the other party gets angry. A person with low EQ gets defensive and the deal falls apart. A person with high EQ stays calm, recognizes the other person's stress, and says, "I can see this is a frustrating point. Let's take a break and look at it from another angle." They save the deal. As AI takes over technical tasks, EQ will become the most valuable human skill left. It is what allows you to lead, sell, and connect with precision. Now, think about the compounding effect of these skills. If you have sales but no marketing, you can only sell to the people in front of you. If you have marketing but no closing, you get attention but no money. The new elite stack these skills. Imagine a worker who has mastered problem solving, uses digital skills to solve it, and then uses public speaking to present it. That person doesn't ask for a promotion, they are given one. To the students, your degree is the ticket to the stadium, but these skills are how you win the game. Don't wait for a professor to teach you copywriting or financial literacy. Start a skill side hustle. Sell a product online to practice. Sales. Start a blog for content creation. Every experience is a brick in your future empire. To the modern worker, stop focusing on years of service. The market pays for value. Use data analysis to show exactly how much revenue you've generated. Use negotiation to frame your raise as a win-win. We are entering a period where the gap between the skilled and the unskilled will become a canyon. AI will automate the mundane, but it cannot automate business strategy, leadership, or human connection. These 15 skills are your armor. Do not try to master all 15 at once. Pick 3 that complement each other. Maybe copywriting, digital skills, and problem solving. Whatever you choose, start today. Stop looking for easier jobs and start building harder skills. The world is waiting for people who can solve the problems of tomorrow. Go out there, build your social capital, master your persuasion, and become the high-income architect of your own life. Success is a choice, and it starts with the skills you choose to master today. Pick 3 of these skills, and you will come to thank me later. If you found this message helpful, hit that like button in the counter below. Subscribe and ring the bell to notify you on more wealth-building strategies and ideas in the modern economy. Share this message to your 5 friends. This will help me a lot. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.